Pianos. You can spend a lot of money on a piano plugin. I think Spectrasonics is $400. And even then, like in between, there's Contact piano libraries and other ones out there. But what's the free ones like? Are they any good? Are they even worth mentioning? We're gonna find out. Get all these free pianos and just duke them out. Go head to head. In the right corner, we have this piano. I don't know what. It's a piano. And then in the left corner is another piano. We have a whole bunch of pianos actually. City piano, Iowa piano, Skrat, the Roland General MIDI, Versillian upright piano, D piano, Forefront piano, Labs, E-Zone, Piano 1, the Ivy Audio piano library, grand piano in Ableton, and the Eiffel keys. I have this nice bit of MIDI music. It's simulating what like a talented pianist would be able to play on a piano. There's a lot of varying different velocities. Plus there's a nice range of high notes and low notes. This MIDI actually comes from the FL Studio demo project. Then I'm going to have some block chords in more of a way I might write chords. And I think a lot of producers write them down very simply. A lot of people, me included, aren't going to spend all that time doing this. We're just going to, bam, play some chords down like that. So let's start off. Forefront piano with no settings. Look at that. It's just a picture of a piano. You don't get to change anything. So yeah, it's a piano. I think it would work, especially as a backing instrument. Okay, the next, onto key zone. I think this is more realistic of a sound. That's not to say that I think it's the better piano. They're both pretty decent for free. There is options in the key zone one. You can change things like sustain, decay, add reverb, even detune it. LFO? Why? There's actually, a couple programs to choose from. Yeah, there are more samples. The key zone one is much more airy, whereas the Yamaha one is a bit smoother, a bit more mellow. City piano. Oh. So I'm not too impressed by this one. It kind of sounds like it's coming out of a speaker, like over there next to me. It's very cheap sounding. Oh, what's that? Oh yeah, that's LES. Yep, this is completely mono. Not looking very good. Not looking very good at all, City piano. The Yamaha one is the most natural of them all so far. City piano, I'm putting you all the way at the bottom. Demolished. This is the Yamaha one. This one almost sounds like there's an organ layered in there somewhere. Compared to this one, they just seem to be a little bit more chorusy. VSU or Versillian upright piano. Very mellow. It does a very good gentle piano sound. I am curious to hear what this might sound like if I raise the velocity all a little bit. It's a bit brighter now. Here's something that's very strange, is that there seems to be some sort of built-in strum. So it's like dling. I would like the ability to be able to turn that on and off myself and not have it built in envelope. Yeah, there's nothing I can really do about that. That's just kind of built into the chords. I don't think that should be hard-coded into the piano sound. A minus point for that one. Super thin sound. D piano. Yamaha one still seems to be pretty good. In the lead, I'm gonna give this one a color because the Yamaha one's nice, and VSU doesn't beat that in my opinion. Iowa piano. Wow, this is... Also, again, a kind of bandpass sound on the piano. Yeah, it does feel like it's much more cut off on both low and high. I don't think it compares really to the other ones. What about City Piano? Is it the worst one? City Plan is definitely by far the worst. Skrat! Skrat! This one seems to be more of a detuned saloon type of piano sound. Nah, I'm gonna put it down there. It's cool if you wanted that Western saloon type of piano. Labs, now this is interesting. Labs is like this free platform from Spitfire. So they have like strings and a choir sound and a quartet. But I have the soft piano, a very intimate, mellow sounding piano. The interface itself is not really clear what anything does. Like, oh yeah, that's the universal symbol for volume. Obviously, duh, you know, that volume. I wonder how this compares to that other really nice sounding mellow. So like the VSU one. This is the most subdued out of all the pianos so far. Most mellow. We're looking outside the window and it's rainy. It definitely feels so much different to the rest of them because it's so subdued that it's hard to compare it with all the other ones. Definitely a unique sound. Here is Sforzando, which is really just a player for file formats. The one I'm using now is the general MIDI sound format. If you're on Windows, you already have a general MIDI sort of like sample library. This is what 3D LSD uses when you want to make MIDI sounds. You can import that into Sforzando, choose which sounds you want. So, car stop sound. These are the more known ones. Yeah, these ones. The weird thing about this particular player, Sforzando, is that there's no normal ADSR buttons, so you have to open everything in a text editor, and then you make the changes to ADSR in here. So like you gotta look for like Ampeg decay, save it, and it will update straight away. But it is a little bit odd. The Roland General MIDI sound set, it's very MIDI-esque. Don't expect anything super realistic. The General MIDI one doesn't sound so great on the held down chords. Using the same player, you can pretty much import anything that is a SFZ file format. So I'm using this library from Ivy Audio. I like it a lot for this area. This area sounds very nice on the high notes. Sometimes it also feels like the velocity of the different notes aren't so nicely aligned. When it's a little bit higher of a velocity, it just like slams on the note. Ivy Audio. Yeah, pretty decent. Piano 1. Seems a lot more spacious than Keyzone and Sforzando, but I don't like the sound as much. I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna pair the block chords though. The microphone feels a lot further away when recording this one, so it's a bit more of an ambient-y sound. For chords, I don't think it's as cool. That's something I've noticed. Like a lot of the digital stuff usually sounds a bit more like fuller on the whole chord things. So for like dance music, probably work very well. Then we get to some of the more question mark free ones because this is FL Keys And then we also have the grand piano for Ableton, which is part of the packs. If you own FL Studio, you'll have FL keys anyways. And if you have the suite version of Ableton, you'll have this piano pack. Let's compare FL keys to grand piano. Yeah, this is just a little bit more natural, while that one does seem to be a bit more flat of a sound. So the Ivy Audio one definitely does sound pretty cool. They're both good, but I do think I'm going to give Ivy Lab the win on this one. The Keyzone Yamaha one seems to have a lot more depth compared to the Ableton one, especially the lows. They just seem to resonate a little bit more. If you want more characteristic, real piano sounds, then I think the Ivy Audio and the Keyzone, the Yamaha Keyzone one, they really do a good job of that. They kind of top the piano battle royale. This is it, piano battle royale. Oh, this is City Piano. What are you doing? I will say that the results of the list are really context heavy on the type of music you're playing. I like this MIDI. I liked Keyzone the most. For other MIDIs, I found that I like Ivy Audio more. And there's like lots of other pianos that not been like my favorite, but you might have liked them a lot and could have worked better for different situations. If you found your new favorite free piano, then make sure to smash that like. Support me on Patreon if you want to see more music-related content in the future, more deep research and hard evidence. I will see you again, hopefully soon in the future, or on a live stream, or in a lesson if you're a student, because that's what I do. Okay, I recorded for like an hour and a half now, so I have a lot of editing to do. Great.